Norfolk Road.
We exit the garage for the Brazilian Grand Prix qualifying session, and we have been struggling all weekend. The balance of the car is a little bit off, but we did think we were on to some progress during the final practice session, so we managed to get out there, get a few laps under. Now we only really get 4 fast laps, if that's the correct way to do it, but the pace, see, we were down in 23rd position after 5 laps, but it's been a difficult one for us. Senna endured yet another disappointing qualifying session. He is towards the back. It's one of two things. He's either struggling with his car or there is something underlying. I don't think it's driver talent. We know how good Senna is, but Berger seems to be getting the most out of that McLaren, but something is wrong with Ayrton Senna. But we're only on round 2. He's a race master, so we'll see how that pans out. Thierry Boutsen had found some pace for Williams, managed to get himself into the top 8. However, Riccardo Patrese struggled all weekend really, and found himself in the gravel trap a number of times, but he said that the Williams upgrades are starting to work with the car. Boutsen didn't have nearly as many difficulties in the qualifying session or practice sessions for that matter. He said he got to grips with the new Williams a little bit quicker than Patrese. Patrese is struggling. He can't seem to drive a bad car just yet, but Boutsen is finding a lot more pace, a lot more speed, and he says that the Williams upgrades that they've got lined up should help both of them progress up the field. Fingers crossed, race wins. John Alesi was an absolute master of qualifying. He put in a lap that put him on the front row of the grid. He was elated with his qualifying session and he could not be any happier. Tyrrell were pleased. Another star of qualifying was Nicola Larini, who for a very short while was sitting in P3 before Alain Prost jumped ahead of him to snatch the 3rd place off him, but he will start P4. He was absolutely ecstatic with his session. He was beaming after, but he said it might be difficult to stay there in the race, but he's going to give it a good go. Back to back. Gerhard Berger is mastering this McLaren with back-to-back pole positions for his new team. Despite a little off early on in the session, he just clipped the barrier, so he had to return to the bits to get a check over, but once he was back out, once he was flowing, he crossed the line and he took pole position for the 2nd race in a row. And it begs the question, what's Senna struggling with at the McLaren? Is he falling out of love with the McLaren outfit? Rumours suggesting that he may not even be there next season, but we'll see. Gerhard Berger takes the 2nd pole of the season. Right, join us on the grid now, and yeah, we are down in 26th place. I could not get no speed out of the car, we were struggling. The race pace of the car is excellent, but we'll see, let's go.
Hello there. Welcome to Brazil. The weather, as so often is the case here, is just wonderful. Over 30 degrees and climbing. It's a fantastic day for Formula One.
Now let's get down for the rundown of the 1990 Brazilian Grand Prix grid. We have Gerhard Berger in pole position with an excellent Jean Alesi alongside him. Prost 3rd. Nicola Larini stunningly qualified 4th. Nannini and the Benetton out-qualifying his teammate in 5th. Boutsen 6th. Senna 7th. Managed to get himself up a little bit. Capelli up in P8. Derek Warwick with an excellent lap, putting himself P9, miles ahead of his teammate, who is now down in 26th place. Motor in 11th. Alboreto 12th. Gluman 13th. And Brabham 14th.
15th.
No, I'm struggling with these names. I'm about to get used to it. Nelson Piquet is 17th. Nakajima in P18. Cafe in 19th. Martini in 20th. He was excellent in qualifying, Cafe, with that 20th. Footwork. But we've got Barilla and Groulard.
22nd.
Mansell has been struggling 23rd. In that Ferrari this weekend. He's down in 23rd place. Riccardo Patrese is down in 25th. It has been a difficult session for that Williams, but let's get straight onto the grid, straight to race day, straight for race time. And I've jumped the start a little bit, but he didn't monitor it. We've rolled ourselves back. As long as we're on the lights, We go and then we get a poor start. We won't get done for the jump start, so we should roll ourselves back just in the nick of time. But we're away. It's a great start. A lot of the slower cars getting caught up there. Oh, there's a crash up in front. Oh, he's rolled. There's a rolled car. We should get a look at the replay and see who that is. But there's a car of Suzuki in front of us with no rear wing. That's him out of the Grand Prix already before we even get to turn 3. But we head up the main straight. Now we've got ourselves into P11 because we managed to avoid all the chaos. But here's a replay of the start. And everyone initially gets away really cleanly. Everyone avoids everyone. It's a very tight main straight. But if you look just ahead, I can't see who that is. I think it was Brabham who was sent flying. But he did roll it. We'll hope he's okay. He'll obviously go to the medical centre for checks. But we'll have to see. But now we should get here. It's Brabham and Suzuki that were caught up in the crash. So if we follow them down into turn 1, here we are. Brabham just gets in. And then Suzuki I'm not sure who that's for. It could be a racing incident. I think Brabham doesn't really leave a lot of room on the outside. But here we go, if we slow it down. Oh no, Brabham just runs into him. I think it's 2 in 1 doesn't work. But there we are, Suzuki out of the Grand Prix. He will just make his way back to the pit lane. But he is going to hold up a hell of a lot of cars in the process. But we are in P11. We've got Moda just ahead of us. He now is obviously not in a quick car. We are going to easily dispatch of him. We've got our teammate Derek Warwick. Now I should say, we discovered before the Brazilian Grand Prix that the FIA were banning refueling during the race. So what we've done here is we've fueled light. We've fixed the fuel problems from the previous race. We're going to fuel light and do 1 stop, but we should have massive pace on light fuel and fresh tyres. So that's my plan as we fly past Derek Warwick up the inside. We are making great progress up the field. That is P10. Remember, 6th upwards is points. We've got the Leighton House just in front of us. Can we get a run on him? Excellent run out of turn 4 running, but that Leighton House has got some speed in a straight line. There's a car who's lost his front wing. I'm not sure who, but we should be able to find that out. But yeah, the Leighton House of Capelli. There's some speed in that car. Ooh, he braked really early, allowing us to just dive up the inside, but thankfully we didn't plough into the back of him. We've got Thierry Boutsen in the Williams just ahead of us. He had a great qualifying compared to where that Williams was. Obviously, Riccardo Patrese started in 25th place. So I'm not sure how he's getting on, but we can find that out later on. And we're going to dive to the inside of Thierry Boutsen in the Williams. Now, there is rumours that Williams could be looking for an all-new lineup for next season, 1991. But we will find out more about that when we do the driver transfer news later on in the season. But that's us we're up into P6. We've overtaken Nicola Larini. He expected himself to go back. Now here we see Suzuki, still no rear wing. He's retiring the car, but there's a footwork there of Cafe with no front wing. So he'll need to peel off into the pits and get that replaced. But Tracy trying to make his way through the field. That's Mansell there. And there is the life car. But my mistake. Tracy. That's poor. That is poor from Cafe. I know he needed to go into the pits. Let's hope Patrese okay. He's rolled the car. That's him out of the Grand Prix. That is poor. Let's have a little look at replay here. On board with Cafe, who doesn't actually have a front wing at this stage. He should be able to see Patrese in his mirrors there. That is poor from Cafe. I'll be surprised if nothing comes of that. But yeah, anyway, here's a replay of why Cafe doesn't have a front wing. And we're riding on board with Nelson Piquet. He is far down the field. He's struggling with that Benetton this season, but Cafe is just behind him. He's going to run up at him. He's going to jump up the inside. They're all going fairly slow. Oh, that's poor from Cafe. There was no space. He looked like he dived to the inside. Benetton of Piquet has just closed the door on him, but it didn't look like there was a whole lot of space. But see if we can get a replay from Cafe's side. And here it is, on board with Cafe in the footwork. He's dived from quite a way. Nah, that is poor. That is... I'll be surprised if Cafe doesn't get some form of punishment for that, because the Benetton had already turned into the corner before Cafe had decided to slide one up. But anyway, we've gone back to us, but someone's gone off there. But we're up into P6 in this race, lap 3. We've had a mega start, but we are low on fuel. We have to make a pit stop, whereas everyone else probably won't. So it is now down to us to put the pace down on the track, and fingers crossed, I think we should be in theory quicker than everyone on track at the moment because of how low fuel we are, because we've got like half the fuel of everyone else, and that makes such a massive difference, especially in these cars. We've got Ayrton Senna there, who's got himself up into P5, which is points. He didn't score points in the first round in Phoenix. Are we going to do around the outside? He is struggling in that McLaren this season. We're not sure why, McLaren aren't sure why, but I'm sure they'll get to the bottom of it eventually. But we should, I mean, honestly, I know it's a McLaren, but we should be dispatching of the cars in front of us as quick as possible if our strategy is going to work, because we're aiming for points, because we've got the pace now, but we are going to have to make a pit stop, and it's a scheduled pit stop. So let's see, as Senna, I'm not sure, drops in pace there, and that's Nannini in the Benetton. We're all over the place. Senna had a drop in speed there. I don't know if that's him retiring, him struggling, I'm not too sure. We're on the grass. Oh, that was poor from us. Brabham is still stuck at turn 1, but the FIA and the stewards deem it to be safe enough for us to continue. We're going to go round the outside. Are we going to get... There's a retirement just ahead of us, I think, with a yellow flag. That's Berger. Berger's out. Again struggling with the reliability of that McLaren. As we know, Senna... Actually, well, that's a lie. Senna retired from crashing last time. Ignore me. But Berger's out of the Grand Prix from the lead of the race. He has retired. I'm not sure why. We might get a replay to see if... Oh, we've touched the back of Nannini in his Benetton. That was poor from us, but we're off. Add insult to injury, but we are up into P3. Podium place, because Berger's out. Let's find out why. So he comes through turn 1 and 2. He's still all good here, because he retires suddenly then. So he carries on going. Let's listen. He just pulls over to the side of the road. That's got to be a technical fault, surely. Let's ride on board. We're right on board now. You can hear the Honda screaming as he comes out of turn 2. Let's listen. It just shuts off. Engine shuts off. I'm not sure what the issue is. We'll be able to find the issue for you later on. But Berger is out. And the new race leader is the reigning world champion Alain Prost, who also retired from the first round of the championship, so he'll be looking to get some decent points today. But anyway, we ride back on board with ourselves, yours truly. We've got Jean Alesi just ahead of us for P2. Now obviously this looks like I'm caning through the field, but obviously we know everyone else is on a lot higher fuel than us. We're going for a different strategy to everyone else. But we should just breeze past the Tyrrell of Alesi, but he's got a lot of straight line speed. As we head down to turn 1, give him a lot of space. We're going to brake later than him because we can. And we'll get the car stop. Almost get the car stop. Is that going to Alesi? No, Alesi wasn't going to undercut us. It was with the old switcheroo just there. But that is us up into P2 in this race. And it is so far the strategy is going fairly well. Alain Prost is 5 seconds up the road. And now, obviously, our tyres are starting to... They're starting to hate us a little bit at this stage, because obviously we've been ragging them a bit more than everyone else, because no one else is coming into the pits. We have eaten into the lead of Alain Prost, but Senna is in 3rd place now. He's made his way past Nannini's Benetton and past Jean Alesi, and he's got himself up into P3, so it could be a P2 for him depending on how our strategy goes. We are right at the back of Alain Prost now, but I think we are coming into the pits in the next couple of laps. But we want to eke it out as far as, so we want the light fuel as light as possible at the end with the freshest tyres, because that's how we're going to come back through the field, because we're going to have to overtake again. We're going to have to do some more overtaking to make this work. But can we get past Prost and lead the Grand Prix? This will be our first, if we can get past it, will be our first lead in our career. But obviously it's only round 2, so I don't know why I'm getting so excited. But anyway, it's been a decent race so far. Excellent, a lot of actions packed. It's all good. Alain Prost, realistically, I should imagine he'll know we're on a different strategy. He'll know this. Oh, we've dipped it onto the whip. No, that's poor. That's a rookie error from us. That is a rookie error from us. That has cost us heaps of time. We've lost about 5 seconds. 5.5, nearly 6 seconds in that. That was poor. We just dipped a wheel on the dirt. And, yeah, there's nothing we can do. Once you get on the gravel, once you get on the dirt or grass, then you become a passenger in the car. But we need to hammer down. Well, obviously we've used all of the best of our tyre, but we need to just hammer down, push until the pit stop, and then we can start pushing again because we'll have fresh tyres. We've been told by the engineer that we are suffering from blistering, which has massively affected our lap times. So I believe we're going to come in to the pits this lap, fresh tyres, a little bit of fuel, and we should be able to push right to the end of the Grand Prix. Senna now is going to overtake us to overtake us for P2, and that would be actually a great result for him if he could keep it there. Pit stop done, out of the pits. Where are we going to come out? This will be the interesting test. To see where we come out. See how many people we can overtake. But we're out of the pits. Into what looks like a little bit of clean air, which will be good so we can warm the tyres up, get into a rhythm. Couple of cars just up the road, but we join us on board now. And we've got Jean Alesi just ahead of us. So we've come out in P6 as a point. We're currently in the points, getting a point. So realistically, as long as we make no mistakes and just press forward, we can only gain from here. So we'll see. Alesi is 4 point. He's struggling in this sector here. But anyway, we've got fresh tyres, which will give us heaps of grip, especially in this middle sector. But it hasn't taken us long to catch what the looks of things. Jean Alesi in his Tyrrell, Boutsen in his Williams, and Nannini in the Benetton. And we've touched Alesi just there, but we're going to slide it up the inside with a lot more grip. And yeah, that was easily dispatched of Alesi for P5. And we've got Thierry Boutsen in the Williams just ahead of us. But it might not be as easy to dispatch him because he's still quick in a straight line. But we've got the fresh tyres, light fuel, slipstream, and we have got a run on him. This should be P4. We're going to get the brakes up the inside. That's Boutsen taken care of for P4. And Nannini just ahead of us. If we can get past Nannini, it's a podium spot for us. From 26th on the grid, God, we're going to have the other top teams looking at us. All high and mighty for next season. But we've got to run. But that Ford engine in that Benetton is rapid, especially towards the end of straights. It seems to have a lot more oomph towards the end of the straights. But that is excellent stuff from us. We just need to pass Nannini. I don't think we're going to have the pace to catch Senna. But anyway, this is Nigel Mansell. He is stuck. He's had a difficult Grand Prix. And he's out, and his ball has just come to a halt, and the footwork's ploughed into the back of him. I think it's Cafe again. And they're just all struggling to get around him, but by the looks of it, he just cut out. Hopefully we'll get an on-board shot on Nigel Mansell to see what happened. It's probably similar to Berger's retirement earlier on in the Grand Prix. But Mansell's out. Here we are, let's listen, see what happened. Oh, everything just cut out again. And then seized by the looks of things, so he was unable to pull over to the side of the road. Wheels have locked up. Well, that might be a difficult one for Ferrari to explain, but it looks as though the engine's just cut off. But we join us back, still stuck behind Nannini in his Benetton in that rapid Ford engine. We've got just a few laps to go now to the end of the race, but we need a good run. Good run out of here. We might be able to slingshot, so we've widened the corner up for a better exit, gaining his slipstream. He is not going to defend because he's got so much straight line speed. He probably isn't going to really need to defend, but we're going to pull to the inside line. Are we going to be able to get him this time? We're not going to be able to get him this time. I can't get the run. We might not be able to get past Nannini here. That Ford engine is quick in a straight line. But anyway, we're on board with the footwork here. This is a replay from on board of, I think this is Cafe. Is this Cafe out? I'm not sure what we're looking at here. Oh, the engine's gone. That just ends their dismal day. And it's Alboreto, I apologise. It's Michele Alboretto's footwork. Engine's gone kaput. But that ends a footwork's miserable day. But we are still on the back of Nannini as we ride up the hill. You see that Benetton engine? That Ford engine in the back of that Benetton is just, it's rapid. We need a longer strip, but we can't, I can't get anywhere near him. I can't even get near him to dive bomb. There's a yellow flag ahead. Who is this? I'm not sure if they've just thrown a yellow flag for the sake of it, but this is allowing Thierry Boutsen to stay near us, but this has got to be a better run. We are a lot closer this time round. Stay in the slipstream, pull out at the last second possible, and we do! Surely this is going to be it. And we dive up the inside of Nannini, finally, at like the fourth time of asking. We make it up. Fresh tyres have gotten us into P3. And there was nothing Nannini could have done about that, but he put up a great fight there on loose tyres, on old tyres. But that speed there from the Benetton with that Ford engine is absolutely exceptional. But anyway, Alain Prost gifted P1 when Berger retired, but he's done nothing wrong since then. He has dominated since then. Senna had no answer for him, and he crosses the line to take his first win for Ferrari and put himself back in the championship fight. Senna will come home in P2 to take some great points considering he struggled last time out, but we run up to the line to take our first podium of our career. It's a special day for us. We'll always remember Brazil. Cross the line, P3, excellent result. What a Grand Prix from us from P26. It has been a magnificent Grand Prix for us. But here's your race winner, Alain Prost. Drove an excellent race today, the world champion, with a world champion's drive to give himself 9 points, and that will definitely put him back in the championship fight, especially with Berger not finishing. Senna didn't score last time out either. Mansell was poor today, he retired as well, so that should propel. They should be equal on points. The final classification is Alain Prost wins the Grand Prix from Ayrton Senna. We come up in P3. Nannini gets an excellent 4th. He's doing wonders in that Benetton. Boutsen gets some points on the board for Williams after their double retirement in Phoenix. Alesi with a deserved point after his qualifying heroics. Ivan Capelli finishing in P7. He'll be pleased with that. Nicola Larini only dropping to P8, so that's a good result for them. He'll be pleased with that. Warwick got 9th. Moda finishing 10th. Now, down the order, there was a fair few retirements today. Brabham, Patrese, PK, Mansell's was no, it wasn't. It was a suspension issue for Mansell and a suspension issue for Nigel Mansell and Gerhard Berger. I apologise. Cafe, Gearbox, he probably caused a lot of that damage himself. But yes, the championship standings is as follows. Alain Prost and Gerhard Berger level on points with 9. We have climbed up to P3 with 6 points because we got 1 point last time out. Senna's climbed his way up into P6, level on points with him. Brabham P6. I told you in the last race that 6 points from Brabham is going to be massive come the end of the season. Nannini and his Benetton got 3 points. Cafe's got some points. Boutsen with them 2 points for Williams to get Williams finally on the board. McLaren lead the World Championship. Constructors standings on 15. Ferrari are on 9 with the 9 points they scored today. We have got P5. No, we haven't. We were in 3rd. Stop. What am I doing? Anyway, we are in P3. We've got 6 points. I think we can find this. I think Williams will come back at us. But if you've enjoyed the video, like and subscribe and join us next time for the San Marino Grand Prix. Bye bye.